वेलकम बैक टू चेसिंग टारगेट. जबरदस्त मैच चल रहा है अभी. ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस इंडिया. लेजेंड्स वर्ल्ड क्या है, वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप ऑफ लेजेंड्स. इंडिया, पाकिस्तान, ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड वेस्ट इंडीज. ये तीन चार टीम थे राइट इन द
सेमीफाइनल्स में है और साउथ अफ्रीका
सेमीफाइनल
आउट हो गए, दूसरी टीम्स आउट हो गए.
ये चार टीम थे. एंड या इंडिया 254 लेजेंड्स की बात अगर करो, तीन लेजेंड्स जो जिसमें से तीन आई थिंक वर्ल्ड कप जीते हैं ऑलरेडी. आई थिंक आई डोंट नो, यूसुफ पठान जीता वर्ल्ड कप एक.
ये फाइनल खेला था 2007 में.
फाइनल 7 में खेला था राइट. एंड या द युवराज सिंह 50 ऑफ लाइक 29 balls. इरफान पठान 50 ऑफ 19 और 17 balls something like that.
19, yeah, 3 4s 5 6s.
या मुंह फोड़ दिया था उन्हें तो लाइक नेक्स्ट लेवल करा था. बट या आई मीन वो तो चल रहा है एक्शन. एंड इट्स बीन इंटरेस्टिंग दिस वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप ऑफ लेजेंड्स. ये पाकिस्तान कम से कम कहीं तो अच्छी खेल रही. दे कंसिस्टेंट हां, दे वर अनबीटन. बट ऑस्ट्रेलिया फिर हरा दी उन लोगों को.
अभी फाइनल है इंडिया से ही उनका फाइनल उनका ऐसे ही दिख रहा पाकिस्तान का. एंड आज हम लोग 34-3 ऐसा थे. फिडेल एडवर्ड्स एंड जेरोम टेलर दे ओपन द बॉलिंग वेरी वेल. मगर भाई जो बैटिंग यूनिस खान कर, आई थिंक हिज पार्टनरशिप विद कामरान अकमल इज बीन वेरी गुड फॉर हिम. फिर उसके बाद इन्हें आमिर यमीन और सोहेल तनवीर भी आके मार दिया था. इट रिमाइंडेड मी ऑफ 2007 व्हेन ही वाज हिटिंग Srishant as well. But yeah, they're looking in good form, and the Pakistani legends. If there's a match against India, then everyone's got to watch. I mean, again, Yuvraj versus Afridi, मजा आने वाला है.
मुस्तफा भाई अंबानी के वेडिंग में नहीं गया. आई थॉट ही कुड गो. आई थिंक मुस्तफा भाई लाइक विराट कोहली, ही डजंट गो टू प्लेसेस वेयर एवरीबॉडी इज राइट. विराट कोहली भी नहीं गया. न्योता आया होगा मुस्तफा भाई को, लेकिन विराट कोहली से लंदन भाग गया. मुस्तफा भाई बोला बैगन पकड़ो वर्ल्ड कप के बाद.
If I got invited, I would have gone 100%. I didn't get invited.
But it's such a weird wedding. And John Cena, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian.
He just put a photo with John Cena and Sachin Tendulkar. Like it's like such a weird combination, but like I'm enjoying it, man. Like I didn't expect ये जो हम लोग childhood में देखते थे लोग पूरे एक ही जगह में इकट्ठे हो गए and everybody is like attending that wedding. I did not think that something like this would be possible. सुबह Kim Kardashian आ रही है में John Cena. I did not expect all that. बहुत लोग आ रहे हैं.
अभी उन्हें भी एक वो calm down जो भी गाया वो रेमे जो भी इसका नाम है उन्हें भी आ गया. Man, anyone in the world.
Justin Bieber is there.
जस्टिन बीबर तो भाई बनियान में आ गया उन्हें तो 84 करोड़ लेके बनियान पहन के आया उन्हें, चड्डी बनियान. तो अलग लेवल चल रहा वहाँ पे अंबानी भाई के वेडिंग में. एंड या लाइक ऑलरेडी प्री वेडिंग के रिचुअल्स में जितना खर्चा हो गया या वेडिंग में सोचो बैगन यार इतने हल्के में लेके उन्हें बुला ले रहा सबको. आई थिंक इट्स इवन स्ट्रीमिंग द वेडिंग ऑन जियो और समथिंग लाइक दैट. मुझे बुलाया था बट आई गॉट हर्ट बाय द जियो न्यू प्राइसेस. दैट्स व्हाई आई रिजेक्टेड. भाई कब खर्चा तो कहीं ना कहीं से तो निकालना पड़ेगा. तो जियो के प्राइसेस ही बढ़ा दिया होंगे उन्होंने. लाइक आई मैन who all is not at that, like who's not at that. I mean we're not at that wedding, but in terms of star wise everybody in the wedding, man.
I don't even know when the wedding is. अभी तक मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा. वो like 3 महीने से चल रहा है.
आज है wedding basically. Today is the wedding.
तो कल कुछ भी नहीं है, कल परसों है.
वो बोल नहीं सकते वो wedding कितनी लंबी है. But like आज दूल्हा ने बना हुआ था वो सहरा वहरा बन रहा था. So that's the last I saw. वो पूरा दिन खाली वही चल रहा था और सबके इंस्टाग्राम्स पे भाई उन्हें ये पहना उन्हें ये पहनी. जॉन सीना शेरवानी डाल के आ गया लाइट ब्लू कलर की.
अभी भी पहना हुआ है उन्हें.
किम कार्डाशियन ऑटो में चली गई यार वो.
Yeah, ऑटो में with Chloe, right?
Yeah, with Chloe.
Chloe is there. Yeah, see, I did not expect that, but हाँ ठीक है. Like they're enjoying. वही Instagram पे तो वही चल रहा खाली. The whole वो viral बयानी is on top of things. I got my information from.
आज viral बयानी का T20 World Cup है.
Yeah, उसके लिए World Cup है. पूरे लोग
परेड में उतना कैप्चर नहीं कराऊंगा ना जितना आज कैप्चर कराऊंगे इसके boys.
Yeah, I think they're all over there and yeah, enjoying the wedding. But cricketing wise, bro, like Gautam Gambhir is the new head coach of Team India. It was coming there, like it wasn't like a big surprise, but when the name actually came out of the hat when we were, it was during the IPL. At that time, I was slightly surprised because I mean he's been the mentor, but he hasn't really coached. Like like Rahul Dravid, he was the under-19 coach, and then he went to the NCA. Over there, he was with the guys, and then he moved to the team. It was a more smoother transition. This is, you can say, maybe fast track kind of situation. Like Gautam Gambhir, I mean, outstanding captain for KKR, and then after that, he was the mentor in Lucknow, and then again mentor in KKR also. I mean, the way they put it, it looks like he is basically the coach over there. But again, his role is not a coach. It's a different role. Here, he will be the head coach. He'll have to, like you said, he'll have to select a proper staff. And let's see how it goes. Like, Indian cricket, whenever you're in this position, it's always a challenging, difficult position. मेरे हिसाब से इतना easy नहीं रहेगा उसके लिए. He will have a big test, especially when they tour Australia. That's going to be a huge challenge for Gambhir. And the main
that's
thing is,
what
if you see
Kapil was saying.
What Rahul Dravid did was, when things were low, he held things together, and they kept trying to try different things. They started changing templates. They tried to do things to go, because he also went through a tough time, Rahul Dravid. It wasn't easy for him. आप देख लो, end में successful बोल सकते हैं आप उसका tenure, लेकिन when they lost the WTC final and the World Cup final, things were at its lowest, I think. Despite reaching the final, it was still low mentally for Dravid, and even in terms of accolades, he did not achieve much. लेकिन one tournament turned things around. Let's see Gambhir कौन सा style रहेगा, and also ये भी देखना गंभीर के लिए एक चीज complicated ये रहेंगी is that Dravid had similar players across formats, whereas Gambhir will have to mix and match, because Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Jadeja, these guys are not going to be playing T20 cricket anytime soon. Bumrah bhi, I don't see him playing T20 internationals at least until the next World Cup. So he will have to manage different types of players, in different formats, and that could be a challenge for him.
आज था या कब था, he gave a statement saying that if you're that good enough, you have to play all the three formats. Now that is a bit of a question, like in terms of what he's trying to get. अब तो विराट, रोहित और इन्ना तो छोड़ देता हूँ. I'm pretty sure उन लोगों को रिस्पेक्ट करते हुए अब ये जूनियर्स या जो भी बचे हुए, इंक्लूडिंग जसप्रीत बुमराह, उन लोगों के लिए एक मे बी एक हिंट है कि भाई आपको सब खेलना पड़ेगा. दैट्स वेयर द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कार्तिक भाई जो बोल रहे हैं कि हार्दिक पांड्या विल ही बी प्लेइंग टेस्ट क्रिकेट, एंड अगेन the way Gautam Gambhir is going to. अब देखो, we don't know anything from Gautam Gambhir apart from T20 cricket, right? We don't know one day में उनका brain कैसा चलेगा, test cricket में उनका brain कैसा चलेगा.
बिल्कुल,
like we need to first, that is what everyone's jumping the gun saying GG IPL जिता दिया. Yes, and I really think market में अगर आप देखो Mustafa, there is nothing better than Gautam Gambhir that was trending, and that's what India got. Luckily he's Indian and India needed the coach, so India got that. Now we don't know what style of play it is. IPL is very different, यार. आप IPL में जाके आप मेरे को बोलोगे मैं international cricket coach करूंगा. It's like people who say they can play IPL, but they'll make it at the big stage of the T20 cricket, which doesn't happen. We've seen that with Shivam Dube. He struggled a bit as well, a lot. Like we've seen Abhishek Sharma, the first match out. So it's not going to be that easy, the transition. It's going to be a big challenge for Gautam Gambhir as well. Now the question that Karthik bhai also asking, by Hardik Pandya, he can. I'm pretty sure if they need an all-rounder in his template of play, then I'm pretty sure Gautam Gambhir will not shy away. He doesn't look like a character that's shying away. आजकल तो उनके ऊपर इतने मीम्स चल रहे हैं, जो चक दे इंडिया में जैसे शाहरुख खान आता फर्स्ट डे, इट्स गोना बी लाइक दैट. Like he's just going to ask everybody who is willing to play as a collective unit and who wants to play an individual game. And I think under Gautam Gambhir, there's not going to be one hero. He's going to try and make everybody a soldier, and everybody going to strive for the same thing. Ultimately वही होता है, but there'll be no more वाहवाही for like अरे विराट, अरे रोहित जैसा ये एरा में दिख रहा है अपने को, जो द्रविड़ के एरा में था. It's not going to be that easy, I think, under Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah, and the thing is, now if you see, the coach's role has also changed over time. पहले जब हम लोग थे, थोड़ा सा John Wright, behind the scenes थोड़ा रहता था. Greg Chappell अलग था, but John Wright, फिर उसके बाद Gary Kirsten, they were a bit more behind the scenes. But I think now a coach is involved more in the game. I think with the start of T20, with data analytics and all these things, you see the coach being put forward a bit more, guiding the players. Ravi Shastri was well involved as well. Yeah, maybe in terms of technique, I don't know how much involvement there was, but you could see, me and you saw Rahul Dravid in the nets. He would always be there. He would be involved, and then in tactics they would have talks. So I think the role of a coach has also changed over the course. And अब जब three formats handle करेंगे, it's a different kettle of fish. जैसा आप बोल रहे IPL का अलग सिचुएशन, वहां पे उन्हें मेन कोच था भी नहीं. अगर आप देखें वहां पे उन्हें था क्या नाम है, चंद्रकांत पंडित was he was the coach. So like Gambhir, we don't know exactly what his role was. Yeah, everybody तारीफ करते, they say he's the main guy. ठीक है, we'll take it, but still here he is the main head coach. He's the manager. He'll have to come up with tactics. He has to build a relationship with the captain. अब ये देखना पड़ेगा कप्तान कौन रहेंगे. रेड अलग फॉर्मेट्स के अलग कैप्टन भी हो सकता है. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि रोहित शर्मा will still be the captain in Test and Champions Trophy. That's what Jesh had announced. So if that's the case, then he will have two different captains. Then in T20s, will it be Hardik Pandya? Will it be Rishabh Pant? That's also another thing we'll have to see. He'll have to pick a captain, Gautam Gambhir, and he'll have a big role in who that captain will be, in my opinion. So it will be a different role. It will be challenging. ऐसा नहीं रहेगा IPL का जैसा. And then also we know he's aggressive guy. उसको मालूम है हमारा गुस्सा है, temper है. How does he handle that? How does he, build that thing? If you look at the positives, he backs his players. He looks to win. He guides his players well. He's a good cricketing brain. अगर आप देखें tactically, he's very astute. So you will have advantages, disadvantages. It depends now on this big role, how he handles the pressure, and when they're losing, उसका क्या reaction रहेगा, and how he can improve the players and take this team forward. The main goal is now, I think, that a Champions Trophy and the World Test Championship in 2025. They can win that or challenge for that, then we will be judging his coaching based off of that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, again, देखो गौतम गंभीर का जैसा आप बोले, we don't know उसकी coaching style. And Gautam Gambhir again, देखो, he's aggressive and everything is said and done, but a big test for him will be जो current environment of the Indian cricket है, जिस तरीके से रोहित शर्मा का कैप्टेंसी है उसके साथ सिंक करना. राहुल द्रविड़ had it was a lot of give and take. राहुल द्रविड़ and रोहित शर्मा जिस तरीके से है नेचर वाइज दोनों अलग लोग हैं, मोर डिफेंसिव थे, मोर अटैकिंग थे, बट दे केम और मिडिल ग्राउंड होना. आई थिंक सबसे बड़ी चीज फॉर गौतम गंभीर टू कम इन इज टू एस्टैब्लिश हिज प्रेजेंस in terms of like being comfortable with certain things, being uncomfortable, though we know he gets uncomfortable very quickly and he'll tell it on the field, but he has to, because अभी जो T20 वर्ल्ड कप जीते एक थोड़ा वो रहेगा ना to overachieve, like at least make a mark, he has to do something very significant. And I think you need to make friends earlier. Don't, I think he'll also think भाई मैं घुसते की अगर मैं जो भी चीज से वर्ल्ड कप जीते उसको अंडू नहीं करना चाहेंगे. He won't want to get a bad reputation. तो it's going to be very hard for him initially because already थोड़े टेम्पलेट सेट हो गए. फील्डिंग कोच का उसको मालूम उसका काम क्या है, तो वो दिलीप को तो रिप्लेसेबल है नहीं. वो अब इन्हें जो लोगों को लेके आएंगे उनने अपने रोल में अगेन दे हैव टू पारस हामरे को रिप्लेस करे, विक्रम राठौड़ को रिप्लेस करने वाले. सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी हार्ड फॉर हिज इनिशियल सपोर्ट स्टाफ टू एक्चुअली establish that, and I think उन्हें थोड़ा maybe welcoming रहेगा in the beginning of time till he कहीं ना कहीं एक होल्ड पब्लिक के आई में उसकी बन गई कि हाँ नहीं भाई भरोसे का बंदा है.
वही उसको पहले जैसा बोले टीम बनाना है, फील्डिंग कोच, बैटिंग कोच, बॉलिंग कोच का, उसके बाद कैप्टन के साथ रिलेशनशिप बनाना है, फिर उसके बाद ही हैज टू पुट हिज थॉट्स फॉरवर्ड, टैक्टिक्स फॉरवर्ड, एंड देन ही हैज टू जगल अक्रॉस फॉर्मेट्स, व्हिच राहुल द्रविड़ वाज डूइंग. yes, he lost 2 finals, but he did win 1. Now अब गंभीर का ये रहेगा कि his first challenge will be that Champions Trophy, right? That will be his first big challenge. That is a different format. It's 50 overs. Now, how does he build on that? That Sri Lanka tour will be very important. I think ठीक है T20 series है, उसमें मगर वनडे में उन लोग का क्या selection process है, कौन से bowlers, batsmen खेल रहे, who are they looking at, and I don't know how much we know that in Lucknow and KKR, so he had a big say, but I don't know in Team India. How much will you ever say? How much you also, there's a very fine line of you being a coach and then overpowering the captain. I think if you see Rahul Dravid, he's also a very solid personality. ऐसा दिखता कि he's a generous guy, nice guy. He is a nice guy, but he has a solid stance. Like he has a thing, but he allowed Rohit Sharma that leverage. Even Ravi Shastri is a very aggressive guy. उन्हें हम दोनों से ज्यादा बोल सकता है. Like in 2 minutes, he has so many words to say. लेकिन he gave Virat Kohli that the pedestal, that power, that control. So will Gautam Gambhir be able to give that to the captain? That's one thing that I want to say. I'm sure he will. Yeah. But again, because also Gambhir has played with some of these guys, man. So it is a bit different. It is Rahul Dravid ka respect is completely different. Whereas I'm not saying Gautam Gambhir is not respected, but Rahul Dravid is like, for them he's a legend. Like they never played with him that much or anything like that. Here Gautam Gambhir, Virat Kohli has played with him, Rohit Sharma has played with him. A lot of these guys have played with him, so it will be different. I'm not saying they won't respect him. Of course they will, but how he approaches it, उसके क्या ideologies रहेंगे, उसका क्या tactics रहेंगे, वो देखना पड़ेगा. I'm excited to see. Like, look, you always want, you look forward to change. It's a fresh thing. And I think Rahul Dravid gave his best, gave his thing. Now you have to go to a different coach, and you went to Gambhir. ठीक है, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean देखो भाई अब like वही बोलूँगा, resume wise अगर आप देखो, KKR में he's won an IPL, LSG के साथ he's done good things. He knows how to groom youngsters. वो एक पॉजिटिव है. ये टीम यंग है. अब T20 की तो और भी यंग हो गई विद द एग्जिट्स ऑफ विराट, रोहित एंड जडेजा. तो आप वो एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं भाई, ग्रूमिंग ऑफ द यंगस्टर्स अच्छी हो जाएंगी, तगड़ी होंगी, एंड बैकिंग भी है उसकी. इसमें अक्षर पटेल शायद थ्राइव करेंगे. मे बी ही माइट टर्न हिम इनटू अ सुनील नारायण. यू नेवर नो दैट. So that's also one thing that we can look into. कि भाई maybe Aksar will start opening and stuff like that. अब support staff की अगर आप बात करो, there's been a lot of names that are thrown around, and he started off with Vinay Kumar and Abhishek Nair. अभिषेक नायर का तो बोल रहे mostly he is on the green side के अभिषेक नायर का शायद पक्का हो गया है. उसके बाद देन विनय कुमार का नाम आया था, जो लेजेंड्स कप में खेल रहे, एक्चुअली बॉलिंग भी कर रहे थे अभी तो विनय कुमार का भी नाम है, बट देन आई थिंक नाउ ही इज टुवर्ड्स द बैक ऑफ द लिस्ट, एंड देन जहीर खान केम अप फ्रंट. Zahir Khan has not said no yet, neither he said yes yet, so we're still waiting. Irfan Pathan also was approached apparently. I don't know how true that is, but Irfan Pathan said no. बालाजी के बालाजी का भी चल रहा अभी, लक्ष्मणपति बालाजी played with him I think in KKR, right, like with Gautam
Yeah,
Gambhir as well, so
yeah.
उनका भी नाम सामने आया. I think there is some emergency in his house right now, that due to which he's not able to give a answer, but he will apply apparently. So
Yeah.
Balaji, Zahir Khan, and Morne Morkel. This was the latest that came across. In Morne Morkel, again, we know what
apparently
he's done.
Jonty Rhodes को भी try करते, but he said
वो the
no.
fielding coach का है, but I think
Yeah.
the players, मेरे हिसाब से players and me included, like I said this on the stream a few days ago, कि भाई I would not want to replace T. Dilip. I think this guy is fantastic with what he's done. We've never seen a fielding coach this involved in the Indian cricket team. I've never seen this kind of an impact of a fielding coach in any team in the world. In maybe I know I'm not even Jonty Rhodes. Like Jonty Rhodes does it for Mumbai Indians, but you don't see this, atmosphere, this medal ceremony, this hangama, जो bonding बनती है उन लोगों की fielding में, and as a unit बना दिया, everybody is confiding in each other. I've seen it up close in the World Cup जब ईशान किशन, सिराज, ये लोग सब fielding practice कर रहे थे, एक unity थी, एक batting थी, और
Yeah, and
बंदे के
it,
speeches अच्छे हैं, बंदे का बात करने का तरीका अच्छा है, and people are comfortable with working with him. सबसे बड़ी चीज वो है.
yeah. एंड ये कार्तिक भाई जो बोल रहे, मैं यही बोल रहा था, जहीर खान को ने कुंबले बनाया था कोच, आई थिंक. Kumble wanted, after Kumble went, I think they got Zahir Khan, but then when Virat Kohli had got Ravi Shastri, so I think it was Zahir Khan and Sehwag or something were supposed to come into the coaching staff. It was after the Champions Trophy 2017, I remember that, but Ravi Shastri को लेके आ गए थे तो नौकरी का. And that's the thing, like even if you see at that time Bharat Arun under Ravi Shastri, he was also phenomenal. उसका बहुत तारीफ करे लोग. अभी जैसा आप बोले दिलीप का, like the thing is, you don't have to be a crazy cricketer or a huge name to be an excellent coach, right? वो role आपका आप निभा सकते हैं still. It's a different skill set. It's a different, you require coaching badges, and sometimes you can be a better teacher than a student, and that's what like these guys are. I think they're very good teachers of the game. And like you said, bonding भी अच्छी है उन लोग. It's not just about the actual skill sets. It's also about that atmosphere he's brought to fielding. He's made it a fun, light kind of thing. He rewards it also उसमें, because fielding is something that you have to do. You don't have a choice, right? Like unless we fake injuries and stuff, it's you don't have a choice. And it's something that affects the whole team. Like it's not just like, because if someone is bowling and you drop a catch, you're affecting his performance or his thing. So in that way, he's making instead of a chore, he's making it into a fun activity, and he's rewarding it. He's giving it that importance कि भाई फील्डिंग अच्छा करो, हम लोग उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. And it's all over social media now. Like India social media is always fielding. So I think that's a good thing what he's done.
And again, he's a very easygoing guy, light-hearted बंदा है, and people enjoy talking to him. And अपन भी देखे थे जब we met in the IPL, like not IPL, I think कौन सा tour था जो इंग्लैंड के लिए. I saw him outside Park Hyatt. He was smiling and he was getting a Swiggy delivery. तो बहुत light-hearted, chill guy है, and it was his atmosphere.
He goes for he likes his walks. He's into fitness also. I've seen him quite a bit. He's a very
entire पूरा जो support staff था ये इंडिया का, they worked with the media, that lady who handles the media, she, Soham Desai, the guy who does the strength and conditioning, then these guys, 3-4 people who work behind the scenes, are very close to each other, and वो पूरा उनका अच्छा set हो गया. And I think players are also equally very comfortable with doing their exercises and drills with these guys. But obviously, times will change, things will change. Up we don't know कौन किसकी job है, but yeah, Morne Morkel is the last bowling coach के बारे में सामने आया था. And again, a lot of people were saying नहीं भाई Indian for तो पहले तो Indian नहीं names दिए थे, तो Indian names तो अभी कंफर्म नहीं हुए हैं. बट अब जो फॉरेन कोचेस हैं, ये दो ही नाम आया. एक तो रायन टेन जो नेदरलैंड्स का था, प्लेयर ऑफ द ईयर भी था, एसोसिएट प्लेयर ऑफ द ईयर भी था काफी टाइम. एंड last was, I think, was the batting coach for KKR or one of the something for KKR as well. And then you've got Morne Morkel also, who's played in KKR. पाकिस्तान का कोच रहा है, bowling का कोच रहा है, न्यूजीलैंड के women's team का कोच रहा है. So he has a fair bit of knowledge. But out of all of these, who do you think would like the most like front running?
You're talking about for the bowling coach?
Bowling, yeah. Like there's Zahir Khan, Vinay Kumar, Balaji, Morne Morkel.
I think Balaji is probably the front running, but I would love to see Zair Khan over there, man. I think he's outstanding reader of the game, and like if you see, like I mean, he's a great cricketer. Like he was one of my favorite bowlers of all time. Lekin, even if you see like on CricBuzz and stuff when he gives his analysis, he's done coaching in Mumbai Indians as well. He has a good cricketing brain. He understands the game very well. But again, I don't know how his bonding is with Gambhir. I think they have played with each other quite a bit, so I think it's fine. But Balaji just is someone he can mold into, I think, a bit more exactly what he wants. But I would love to see Zair Khan over there, 100%. Like I think Karthik Bhai said, Zaire and Dravid international. Then that time Virat Kohli had a lot of power. So I remember the vaguely that Zaire Khan was approached and then उसको निकाल दिया थे वैसा कुछ था. But I would like to see Zaire Khan there. But again, it doesn't have to be the big names. Like Balaji can come in and do the job as well. It doesn't have to be like your best player or best bowler to come in and coach. It doesn't. That's what I learned. That's what I learned in cricket. It's not like कि भाई आपका जो best player that doesn't have to be the best coach. That's not necessarily true. Although Sachin Tendulkar will be managing
honestly, nobody expected Gary Kirsten to win the World Cup, right? Like the way Gary Kirsten was, he was a very quiet guy. And I thought the opening zabardast tha. He was a very good opener, but like it wasn't like oh my god in a but jo kara again it needs to be a proper fix, like pura fix.
And you have to see how difficult it is India because of the amount of selection dilemmas that you have, the amount of people you have to choose from. आप देखो Rahul Dravid इन्हें जो काम कर रहा है, right? He's there not because he's the wall or anything like that. Bro, he did his coaching badges. He went to the NCA. He did under 19. He's gone from scratch to the top. And even then, at the top, he was not successful until his last tenure, his last project. His last project is very past. So it is a very difficult job. The Indian management, Indian coach जो है, it's not an easy job. कोई भी आप रहने दो. Gary Kirsten भी 2011 में जीता, उसके पहले उसके बाद कुछ था नहीं. तो yes, MS Dhoni, he won a few ICC championships as captain, but again, it's not an easy job being India captain, India coach, and Rahul Dravid learned that as well. In the beginning, they were feeling.
वही बोल रहा था राहुल द्रविड़ को अब जितना प्रेस कर रहे हैं and all of these things and the 5 crore thing, 2.5 crore लेता, the wall. Man, nobody would have even given a proper goodbye अगर वो नहीं जीतता था. like खुली बात
नहीं जीता था. Yeah, basically 100%.
पूरे लोग पलट जाते थे.
Because you had आप एक इंग्लैंड का वहाँ पे मैच हार गए थे जो 2-1 जीत रहे थे आप. I think Ravi Shastri के अंडर 2-1 जीत रहे थे, then 2-2 हो गया था because Dravid came the next year. कोविड के वजह से वो टेस्ट हारे थे. फिर उसके बाद कोविड के वजह से नहीं, but वो कोविड के वजह से एक साल बाद हुआ था. That's when Dravid was. And then South Africa में आप एक हारे सीरीज एक ड्रॉ करे, which is not good enough in my opinion. And then ऑस्ट्रेलिया तो गए नहीं शायद राहुल द्रविड़ के अंडर. फिर आप WTC फाइनल हारे, आप वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल हारे. So it was not easy. Like, would you call it successful? Yes, because you won the T20 World Cup. Maybe you will say it is successful tenure, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't a smooth road. That's like it's not smooth sailing being India coach.
Yeah, I mean, he had WTC final, they lost that. He had 2023 World Cup final, and in a place where, you should have ideally won it, which was India, and like you didn't win that. See, I get it, कि coach का role बहुत limited रहता है at the end of the day. Players जाके जीतने का है, I understand completely. Like that's where थोड़ा बहुत I would be a little bit, but again, a lot of people had criticized, and and then Dravid ने disclose करा, भाई call आया था रोहित शर्मा का. It's not like Rahul Dravid को बोले थे कि तुम्हारी job पक्की है. रोहित शर्मा gave him that window कि भाई आप और मैं एक और बार लास्ट टाइम ट्राई कर लेंगे T20 वर्ल्ड कप का. एंड देन because they were comfortable with Dravid, the players were comfortable, Rohit Sharma was comfortable, so that's what a coach has to do. Like the coach will give his ज्ञान बांट देगा उन्हें ease comfort कर लेगा, and see where the player is going on, because we've seen net sessions, we've seen कि भाई the batting coach, they see technique and they see कि भाई क्या किधर गलत कर रहे, किधर the shots जो बोलते ना कई को इतने बॉल आना, वो बॉल्स में उन्हें 4 बॉल के बाद क्या कर रहा, उसके 4 बॉल के पहले क्या कर रहा, like what is the factor which he might be getting out in the match, after 4 balls maybe his foot movement is going wrong, maybe his head भी firm रहना वो नहीं हो रहा, maybe his head is dropping. ये छोटे चीजें कोच पकड़ते, right? This is what they catch, these little things.
And then also developing players, backing players, जैसा विराट कोहली को जिस तरीके से लोग back करे, they did not let anybody come interfere. There was so much noise about Virat Kohli opening the batting. They said this is what we're going to do. So sometimes it looks like stubbornness, especially if it doesn't come off, but in the end it paid off, right? Like because there was a system that they were trying to implement, and they were doing it for 2 years, so they had more experience, more practice in it, so they understood that this is the way to go. Shivam Dube, the way they backed him, I didn't think it was a good idea. I don't think a lot of people thought it was a good idea. But once they took him, what I liked was that they backed him. He was उन्हें एक आध छक्का मार के out हो जा रहा था. Maybe he didn't give you those 50s, 100s, whatever. But he was giving you valuable runs at times, and you were giving him confidence to go out there and express himself. Yes, Rinku Singh also deserved his chance, but you're playing for India. There's always going to be someone who misses out. So I think the way they backed him and they played him, हर game में खिलाया उसको. Despite Hardik Pandya being there, they didn't really need Shivam Dube. They could have played a Sanju Samson. They could have brought in Rinku Singh from the reserves, but they stuck with Shivam Dube and they played him every single game. And he's a world champion now. So I like that. Like Lambi Rassi diye un log. I think in the end it paid off, but they showed a lot of patience, and I think that was in the end it was a good thing.
Yeah, again, like and Akshar Patel ka bhi kafi like people called out
Bilkul,
Akshar Patel ki selection, and Akshar Patel is like Bapu for everybody, and time changed very quickly. I'll just be right back. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. So.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah. So ये कार्तिक भाई बोल रहे उस समय बीसीसीआई नहीं था, सुप्रीम अपॉइंटमेंट सीसीआई कुछ था, विराट हैड बिग पावर. या बिल्कुल. नाउ लेट्स सी गौतम गंभीर क्या करने वाला है. द अदर थिंग इज दैट I don't know. Can you hear me, Mr. Karthik? But let me know if you can hear me. Faz is not there, but I'm here. Just let me know if you can hear me. 1 2 3 1 2 3 testing. कार्तिक भाई खाली बोल दो अगर मेरी आवाज आ रही नहीं आ रही. I'll also check. Yeah, I can hear. Okay, done. So basically, Gautam Gambhir ka yahi hai ki he is the coach. Let's see what happens. His first test will be that Sri Lanka tour. There will be one day and T20. अभी ये भी वो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी का भी अनाउंस हो गया दैट अनाउंस नहीं हुआ, but there's a report that India will not travel to Pakistan, although like there were some fixtures which are coming out and showing India is playing in Lahore, but right now there hasn't been any official word. I think I've not heard anything from Jay Shah about this matter. But when it happens, it happens. Look, this is not in my hands. Ideally, we want India to go and play in Pakistan, play a Champions Trophy, win over there. It'll be great to think, and it'll be great to see India playing there after a long time. But it's a political thing. It's not a cricket kind of thing. Wherever the cricket is, whether it's a hybrid model or whatever it is, we'll watch it and we'll talk about that. There's nothing we can do. Like wherever it is, jam pe bhi hai. Yeah, we saw drama ye hai just to because the World Cup is done. We need like some content to talk about. We need to talk about things, so they're making it a big deal. But there's nothing we can do. Like, unfortunately, although India is a superpower, they have clout, and they can make the decision of saying that we're not going to go and make it a hybrid model. And Pakistan have accepted the hybrid model in the Asia Cup. So if they've accepted it there, then they'll probably accept it here.
Yeah, yes, because you will still get the money, right, for hosting, so that's fine for them. Like, नहीं कार्तिक भाई वो हवा, that's what, like एकदम डोर पे I thought someone was banging, something happened, but nothing. बेचारे पूछ रहे थे तो आज वो एकदम हवा से कैसे कि आई कहाँ से हवा समझ में नहीं आ रहा. But yeah, I mean, देखो Mustafa, this is nothing new for us. We've seen this time and again. Like, this is not the first tour that we see it or the first cup that we see this problem happening. अफगानिस्तान जाने से ऑस्ट्रेलिया मना कर दी थी, एक और बार फिर मना कर दी. So these things, so you've seen time and again. But like for this, I mean, I know for like if we're being honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Pakistan में जाना India, because when Pakistan came to India, it was so much fun. Like it was like such a festival.
Yeah, the thing is, it's an ICC tournament, right? अगर ICC tournament है, अगर वहाँ पे लेकिन पाकिस्तान आ रही है इंडिया को, तो फिर इंडिया को पाकिस्तान भी जाना जरूरी है. अगर वैसा है सिचुएशन कि भाई पॉलिटिकल है जो भी है, फिर आप लाइक मत खेलो, फिर कभी भी मत खेलो आप, मगर कन्वीनियंस पे खेल रहे हैं, राइट? आप उनको बुला के खेलते हैं या आप कहीं न्यूट्रल वेन्यू, वो भी आप आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट खेल रहे हैं, आप बोल रहे बायलैटरल नहीं खेल रहे उनके साथ. बायलैटरल भी एवरीवनस मिसिंग आउट मैन. यू वांट टू ऑस्ट्रेलिया रेडी टू होस्ट देम, इंग्लैंड इज रेडी टू होस्ट देम, एनी कंट्री इज विलिंग टू होस्ट इंडिया पाकिस्तान फॉर अ बायलैटरल टेस्ट सीरीज, वन डे सीरीज. They don't want to do that. They only want to play an ICC tournament. मगर फिर अब ये आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट है, मगर आपको वहां जाके नहीं खेलना, आपको कहीं और खेलना है, तो बहुत वो है. लाइक इट इज like it's not straightforward. We can't do anything about it. We know it's a political thing, and we can't do anything. There's nothing.
That's what it is, and that's what I know. Karthik Bhai, chairman, also the Interior Minister Mohsen Naqvi has said some negative stuff about the Indian Army in the past. I don't think India will go to Pakistan.
Yeah, my thing is that you need to keep your stance. You need to keep your stance like one stance. Yeah. Either if you have a huge problem with Pakistan, if there's a huge issue, then don't play them. Even forfeit the point. like in the
Yeah.
World Cup, right? क्यों खेल रहे? आप टेनिस टीम भेज दिए पाकिस्तान को, they went right to play it in
कबड्डी टेनिस डेविस कप या
टेनिस डेविस कप गए वहां पे, आप क्यों भेजे वहां पे? बिकॉज इन लोग टेनिस फेडरेशन बोले कि भाई आपको फोरफिट करना पड़ता पॉइंट्स, तो उन लोग जबरदस्ती के, तो इट इज मैटर ऑफ कन्वीनियंस, इट्स नॉट ये जो आप बोल रहे कि भाई इट्स अ like Pakistan are bad, this is all thing, it's convenience. जब खेलना है पाकिस्तान, कुछ खेलना है, पैसे तो जब ही बनना है। न्यूयॉर्क में कब बना टिकट सेल्स, कब हुए? जब पाकिस्तान और इंडिया का मैच था। ब्रॉडकास्ट कब बना? आप स्टार स्पोर्ट्स पूरे एड्स बनाते पाकिस्तान। और आप मेरे को ये बोलो, हर वर्ल्ड कप में, हर आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट, हाउ कम इंडिया पाकिस्तान इन द सेम ग्रुप? हाउ इज दैट पॉसिबल? When you have a proper tournament like a World Cup, Euros, you have lots. It's a lottery thing. You pull that out. So like it can't be. So आप convenience में, जब खेलना है पाकिस्तान से आप खेलेंगे, जब नहीं खेलना है नहीं खेलना है, we can't do anything about it. We just have to see कि भाई hybrid model है, तो फिर चलो दुबई, अगर we're ready, we will go and we'll cover it. We can't do anything about it. जब होना है होना है। एंड ऑफ द डे हम लोग क्रिकेट पे ही बात करना है, राइट? अब ये सब ड्रामा हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते। यस, वी डोंट अग्री विद इट, आई मीन आई डोंट अग्री विद इट, बट आई कांट डू एनीथिंग अबाउट इट। सो आई डोंट हैव अ प्रॉब्लम विद द हाइब्रिड मॉडल, आई फॉलो इट, लेट्स गो एंड वॉच।
See, I think best is what I've noticed in all of this thing. रोहित शर्मा बोले थे जाना है तो जाएंगे, he said it, right? Like रोहित शर्मा एक इंटरव्यू में बोले थे, he didn't ever say कि भाई ये प्रॉब्लम है या वो प्रॉब्लम है या ये फलाना है या वो ढिमका है या thing. For me, see, I would only say keeping it only to sports, and what we see and what I've seen in media and what you've seen in media, भाई बहुत respect Indian cricket team के, like there is no limit, like people are ready to give away their houses and free food, they'll do anything if an Indian comes here. Like I've seen it so many times, even in the media. जब मैं इंडिया आए थे, पाकिस्तान के journalists, they were so like hyper about विराट कोहली and रोहित शर्मा, भाई इतना ज्यादा फैन दिख रहे, मेरे से ज्यादा फैन इतना दिख रहे। So, अगर आप उसके हद तक रख रहे, भाई you will enjoy the tournament, you will make it. When will we watch in India Pakistan like test series? ये कब तक चलेगा ये प्रॉब्लम? Like चलो ठीक है, I understand there are limitations, but जैसे मुस्तफा भाई बोल रहे, then don't play it according to the convenience factor of
अब उन लोग बीसीसीआई बोल रहे, राइट? बीसीसीआई का नहीं है वो स्टेप, बिकॉज अगर बीसीसीआई का रहता था, they would play Pakistan because उन लोग को पैसा मिल रहा है उससे, उनको मालूम है money making machine है if you play Pakistan more often, right? It is a political thing, it's a government thing. So unless the government doesn't give clearance, then you can't do anything about it. Like when the government gets clearance, then Rohit Sharma will be ready, everyone will be ready. भाई आप अमेरिका में गए, वहां पे आप देखो क्रिकेट का नहीं था इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, वहां पे आपको प्रॉपर फैसिलिटीज नहीं थे, ट्रेनिंग के नहीं थे, राइट? प्रॉपर ग्राउंड्स नहीं थे, पिचेस
आपको आके चेक भी करे बिफोर अ गेम, कौन सा इंग्लैंड के मैच से पहले। दिस इज व्हाट one of the journalists who went to America, I think it's Vikrant Gupta only, said this, that they were checked, Indian baggages were checked in the morning before the match.
एंड वहां पे कैसा रहता माहौल? वो जो कॉप्स ऑफ रहते हैं बढ़ा दे, दे डोंट लुक एट यू, दे डोंट से भैया जरा, नो, दे विल से गेट आउट ऑफ हियर, लाइक वैसा। तो वहां पे तो आप गए, राइट, खेलने, लाइक थोड़ा हॉस्टाइल एटमॉस्फेयर जो भी बोलते हैं, वहां पे आप जाके खेले क्रिकेट, तो आई डोंट थिंक द प्लेयर्स और एनीबॉडी हैज अ प्रॉब्लम, बट लाइक नाउ you can't do anything, man, unless
ये तो अपन कोई कुछ नहीं बोल सकते इसमें यार।
क्लियरेंस तो ठीक है। बॉयकॉट के बारे में बोल रहे कार्तिक भाई, बॉयकॉट तो नहीं हो सकता मेरे हिसाब से।
नहीं, अगर कोई भी पाकिस्तान बॉयकॉट करते या इंडिया बॉयकॉट करती इवेंट आईसीसी का, then what happens in that situation? Then क्या, I mean,
you can't boycott. The thing is, Pakistan can't afford to boycott it. Okay, they also need the money, and the hybrid model will still generate money for them. They will still be the host, right? And they will still have games in Pakistan. It's just that India won't play there, and then the final won't be there, right? But they will still make money. So, and Pakistan need India. India also need to play that event. It's like it's an ICC event. If they don't go, it doesn't look good on the reputation. And at the end of the day, like there will be people who will be representing from the BCCI, the ICC as well in the future. So I don't think they will let go of this kind of opportunity. And India too, it's a Champions Trophy. India will have to participate. I don't think they will be able to boycott it.
नहीं, boycott का तो देखो भाई बनता भी नहीं है। अब ये है कि अब जय शाह will probably, they're saying that he's probably rumored to be the next president, and अभी तो वो न्यूजीलैंडर है, कौन, ग्रेग बार्कली है, 4 साल से। अब there is potential of him becoming the thing. तो अगर उन्होंने बन के बाद, then there'll be no argument, right? Like then obviously decision will be based on what he decides to do and stuff like that. And देखो बस, I think teams that have toured in the past also, they went, they came, they've done that as well. I know it's a bit of a more क्या बोलते serious matter when it comes to India Pakistan. When you compare it to an Australia or an England, it won't make much sense, but they have toured in the past. uh, but again, this has been happening since like what now, 10 years, 12, 15 years now, that we've not seen a test match or a one day match between them on any surface. So you can't really say anything in this matter, and you just have to wait for the actual source of information or information, whatever comes through.
Yeah, and then yeah, like, I know Zaka should have put more effort. This guy didn't put effort. I understand that. Like, in whatever you do, it's like even if you put effort, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Yes, it could have
I mean, they
opened
put
up
effort
some.
and that still didn't happen, right? Like
Yeah, it
they
didn't happen. So like, unless the Indian government doesn't say ki, like, theek hai, like there's nothing much you can do from the Pakistan side. Yes, out of courtesy and stuff, you should put that effort. Like, in America, he was there also. He could have had conversations. They could have talked about the championship. The only thing I don't understand is why is this happening last minute? और जब ICC announce कर रहे थे तभी ये पूरा solve कर देना था, right? Like जब भी बोल देना था कि
yeah.
the problem is you're keeping fans at waiting. People who want to watch the event, you don't know where to go. If you're an Indian fan, you don't know whether you have to go to Dubai, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. We don't know we're going to watch the game. In terms of organization of the tournament, it impacts it, right? Like if you know the event is in a particular place or in two places, you have more time to prepare. आप एकदम से last minute बोलेंगे दुबई फिर pitch का problem रहेगा फिर ground का issue रहेगा.
अब आप देख लो, आप आईसीसी को भी आप क्वेश्चन में लगा सकते ना भाई. For wherever they've hosted this event, there's always been a problem. एशिया कप में जब श्रीलंका में प्रॉब्लम चल रहे थे, if you remember, आप गए, आप जब भी गए थे, जब तो वो
बारिश के भी issues थे.
बारिश का नहीं, आपका LTT, whatever the local thing was happening, that problems were happening.
Political problem.
Political problems were happening. अमेरिका में ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स थे, जो पिच का प्रॉब्लम था, there was no infrastructure, there was nothing. And then वेस्ट इंडीज में जो फ्लाइट के जो भी मसले थे, आपसे बेहतर कोई जानता नहीं ये चीज. तो you have to question what is ICC doing actually, what is the research that they're putting in before doing an event. And like you said, अब पाकिस्तान में आप अनाउंस कर दिए फरवरी में होने वाला है, बट आप ऑलरेडी ये नहीं अनाउंस कर रहे कि भाई जो टीम पार्टिसिपेट कर रही है वो टूर्नामेंट में वो खेलेगी का. Like you can't announce anything before you don't prep everything, right? Like that doesn't make sense. अगर मैं बोला मुस्तफा भाई आपको कवर करना है, आपको डेट्स और लोकेशन भेजूंगा, ये थोड़ी बोलूंगा भाई आपको फरवरी में जाना है.
Yeah, you have to. And if India have a problem, they should have said the problem from before, and these guys should have solved the problem from before, resolved it. And हमारे को अभी तक information मालूम हो जाना था कि भाई it's going to be a hybrid model, because the thing is that it's only 5-6 months away. Like it's not that long. February में भाई, like it's gonna go like this. We're already in July. It's gonna be like the winter में ही देख लो आप. Like so, I don't think it's the correct. Like you have to be much more prepared and. Should have solved the issue. That's my only thing. But yeah, whatever it is, they think, yeah, in terms of the sponsors and stuff will drop out, of course, man, if India doesn't play. But like India will play, man. I don't think that.
It will never happen. Like at the end of the day, a tournament will happen by hook or crook. Not that anyone will boycott it, in the sense that they will get whatever they wish at the end of the day.
Yeah, because you see, like now, no matter what, like IPL, it gives you a lot of revenue. It gives you everyday value. It gives you a lot of money, right? But you see what that one World Cup win meant for the whole country, and how much, like एक हफ्ता तो वही चल रहा था. How many times have you seen, like we saw Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma dance in that Wankhede Stadium and then lifting the trophy? We saw it maybe a million times. So that is like something that the crowd wants. They want India to win. They want India to play. So you will see India play. I don't think that
both of these teams at the end of the day, both of these teams are equally important. I mean, India is obviously very important in terms of the capacity of eyes that they bring, and close second, I think, would be Pakistan. The amount of people that even watch Indian matches, that even watch Pakistani matches, right? US and Pakistan, though it was like one of the funniest outcomes, but everybody watched that match and they generated revenue, right? Like let it be memes, let it be anything, you're still making money out of it. So irrespective, both these countries are like obviously very important to the ICC, very important to cricket.
But India is the most important team in terms of broadcast, because आप देख लो just the sheer number of people in that thing.
But again, I think like it would be fun to see India go there. But again, I understand even if they don't, due to whatever issue there is, like at the end of the day, देखो भाई, they have their reasons. So what can we do?
Yeah, and then वो जाएगा, वो पता चल जाएगा exactly थोड़े
दिनों में. दुबई चले आना बस हो जाता.
Yeah, Dubai chale gaye, so that makes it easier. Also, it's not going to be as hot. Like in Asia Cup, it was hot right at that time. That's why they didn't go to Dubai. I think it'll be good. Like if they go to Dubai, बारिश का अपना मसला नहीं रहता. It's just the pitch how it's going to behave. वहाँ पे रहते हैं complaints Dubai, Abu Dhabi में. Lekin yeah, I think India can play their matches over there. Why not? And it'll be easier in terms of commute from Pakistan for those other teams as well.
एंड अगेन वहां पे बारिश हो गई श्रीलंका में, फिर वो प्रॉब्लम हो गया, फिर कोलंबो से उधर भागो इधर भागो, लाइक इट विल बी वियर्ड.
And if I look at it, Fez, if you look at it from a different perspective, that hybrid model is also the downfall of Pakistan cricket in recent times, because Pakistan were kind of, doing pretty well. I wouldn't say flying, but they were doing pretty well in terms, especially in T20 cricket, white ball cricket. They reached one final, one semi-final. They had the likes of Naseem Shah, Shaheen Shafridi. When they accepted this hybrid model, उन लोग पाकिस्तान से श्रीलंका, श्रीलंका से वापस मुल्तान, मुल्तान से कोलंबो, कोलंबो से कैंडी, जो करे प्लेयर्स की लगा दिए पार्ट टाइम, वही 11 खेल रहे थे, सब इंजर हो गए. नसीम शाह खेला ही नहीं वर्ल्ड कप. उसके बाद शाहीन शाह अफरीदी अभी तक रिकवर नहीं हुआ. इज नॉट बॉलिंग, हिज पेस इज ड्रॉप्ड, एवरीथिंग इज गॉन. So in a way, that hybrid model has kind of screwed Pakistan cricket. So I don't know how उन लोग तो मजबूरी में उन लोग को एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा, but I don't know how big of a fan they are, and it is difficult for teams like that to accept a model like that.
Yeah, but अभी उनके लिए क्या है, अब लास्ट टाइम इट वाज मोर फॉर देयर गेम्स, बट आई थिंक अब तो मोस्टली उन लोग पाकिस्तान में खेलेंगे, एंड देन एक इंडिया के मैच के लिए दे विल प्रोबब्ली हैव टू कम टू दुबई. So it won't be that taxing this time around, but yes, Asia Cup के time पे it was very taxing. And
I mean,
problem उनका ये है कि they don't rotate. The problem with Pakistan is they don't rotate their squad throughout the last year. They played the entire same team against New Zealand, against England, against in the World Cup, apart from Naseem, and then in the Asia Cup. So they played the same team throughout the year. Obviously, they're going to break bones and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, देखना पड़ेगा with the time to come. अभी 5-6 महीने हैं. So we'll know better within the coming weeks. I think Jaisha and all of these guys will start. There'll be some news, but अभी सब relaxed mode में यार. I think Indian cricket in general right now, like कल फिर एक T20 है Zimbabwe के against, वो फिर देखना पड़ेगा. But in general, seniors are at relaxation mode. Like Jasprit Bumrah still at his own home, and Rohit Sharma छुट्टी पे, विराट कोहली छुट्टी पे. So ज्यादा हल्ला नहीं मच रहा. Coming हफ्तों में थोड़ा when life gets back, वो जो high चले जाएगा लोगों का T20 World Cup का, अब अगला क्या है. So I think जब तक ये लोग जो भी बात करेंगे, it won't make sense till you get legit information from legit sources कि होगा नहीं होगा and stuff like that.
ये MLC का भी आज मैच वॉश आउट हो गया शायद, न्यूयॉर्क टेक्सास वाला. But we have the G20 starting, I think, in a couple of weeks, and also the 100 is starting. I really like the 100, man. मेरे को तो बहुत पसंद है.
वो तो मेरे को कोई पूछे थे what is the best T20 after IPL, I said the 100 because that's so much fun. Because England
it's technically not even T20.
Yeah, it's technically not even T20.
It's but it's really good. Like atmosphere is very good. Pitches अच्छे रहते. I mean, I hope we get to see some good players as well. So I'm looking forward to that tournament. It should be good. अभी तो NATO's T20 blast चल रहा.
Yeah, speaking of England, आज legend तो retire हो गया finally, Jimmy Anderson.
Yeah, man. What a player, bro.
क्या 703 4 विकेट 5 विकेट कितने हुए इसके लिए?
704 I think.
704 विकेट. फर्स्ट उसमें 1 विकेट लिया, इसमें 3 विकेट लिया, I think. Yeah. बट क्या बॉलिंग कर रहा था यार वो. आई थिंक ही कुड हैव प्लेड लाइक अनदर ईयर. वो जो मूव हो रहा था उसका बॉल, एंड जो बोल्ड करा है भाई, ओहो.
Yeah, man. And Dale Steyn posted like, I'm here to watch the good. Like, it was crazy like how he posted. And Dale Steyn is probably one of the probably the best all format bowler of our time. Like, I mean, you can put Bumrah there now in that level, but but Steyn was right. Like, he was amazing in all 3 formats, and he was incredible in test and all conditions. And for him to come and say like, I'm watching this guy, like, it just shows how much respect he's earned, how much he's done for his team, for the country. I mean, 40 plus का है बंदा, अभी भी bowling कर रहा. He's been impeccable, man. And the thing is, everyone said, अच्छा एक फॉर्मेट खेल रहा है, मगर आप वो भी डेडिकेशन दिखाना पड़ता भाई. एक आप दूसरे 2 फॉर्मेट छोड़ो, आप पैसे छोड़ो, IPL छोड़ो, और आप खेलो टेस्ट क्रिकेट. वो डेडिकेशन भी दिखाना पड़ता आपको. इट्स नॉट दैट इजी. एंड देन टू बोल फास्ट एट दैट एज, आई डोंट थिंक इट्स इजी. गोइंग टू इंडिया, sweating it out, man. He's played in the last 2-3 times England's been to India. He's been close to 40 and he's been bowling. Like in last time, he was 40 plus playing in India. So James Anderson, I mean, outstanding bowler, brilliant in swing, outswing. He's troubled the likes of Virat Kohli, Babar Azam, Steve Smith. He's been outstanding, man. Some of his
Yeah.
battles have been crazy. He's won Ashes in Australia, which is very very rare for English players. He's won a series in India, which is very rare for English
Yeah.
players. He's won in South Africa too. So I mean, he's been outstanding. He's amazing inside and outside of England, and yeah, world class. I mean, I don't have words to describe, but I just hope that he has a great time ahead in his retirement. And yeah, it's been an outstanding, fabulous career. And thank you for the memories. He's been world class, man.
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Anderson.
But I still remember his, पूरा blonde streak डाल के आ गया था. अरे भाई कौन है ये? Like because you usually जो भी good looking वाले बंदे रहते हैं उनको याद रहते, like even Kevin Peterson when he came on from South Africa to
Yeah.
England, and ये लोग याद रहता है जिमी एंडरसन कौन है यार ये बंदा. हल्का टसा गोटी भी थी एक era में उसकी गोटी वोटी चलता था. And yeah, so I mean yeah, a lot of memories with Jimmy Anderson, Ashes में and stuff like that. Like yeah, privileged to watch such a legend, and 704 wickets, man. Like what an achievement, like next level, and he's given India some scares as well. Over
100%.
the
विराट कोहली
years.
को कितना सताया था 2014 में, तो
Yeah,
बहुत
14,
सताया था.
yeah.
Yeah.
या बेहतरीन. पर यार बेचारे वेस्ट इंडीज का भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. उनका कुछ क्रिकेट का बेचारों का लगे हुए पूरे T20 वर्ल्ड कप में तो अनफॉर्चुनेटली दे गॉट नॉक्ड आउट, बट they just very bad when you look at these guys from what we've heard stories of them growing up and what we saw also to an extent, at least Ganga and Gale and Hooper and these guys at that time. But up to lage pade बेचारे West Indies, like they're not showing any signs, and the board and the problems and the controversies keep going on with these guys.
Yeah, well, they had a very good tour of Australia. Some of these players are still there, but yeah, like their batting lineup does look a bit weak. I think they need to get some good batsmen um, there, and hopefully they can build. But you pretty much put the nail on the head in terms of like they had a lot of issues, political problems, and money issues, which is causing them to suffer in these kind of series and tournaments.
अब देखना आने वाले दिनों में मालूम होगा गौतम गंभीर के स्टाफ रूम में रहेगा कौन फाइनली. आई मीन राइट नाउ द ओनली नेम दैट इज सील्ड इज अभिषेक नायर, एंड टू एन एक्सटेंट नाउ पीपल थिंक रायन टेंडुस्काटे मे बी, बट या बॉलिंग कोच का तो अभी कुछ क्लैरिटी है नहीं. उसके बारे में भी आगे आगे के दिनों में मालूम होगा. कल इंडिया जिम्बाब्वे द 4th T20. A lot of people are criticizing India 3rd T20 performance, though they won, but the way Dion Myers जो तरीके से मारा, like he fought well, and then again like थोड़े बहुत extra runs से बच गए, वरना actually Zimbabwe would have come close.
Yeah,
Had they
but
not
this is
won.
how you build a team, man. It's a young team. They're going to make a lot of mistakes. There will be upsets. There will be, things. This is how you're going to build the team. Yes, on the day, I think they deserve criticism at times, especially the polling. Like, this is how they're going to learn. You have to put them somewhere, right? Like, you need to start somewhere. I think this is the perfect time to start. West Indies, man, you had the experience of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. You needed that in that World Cup. Over here now, by doing these tours, slowly taking it one step further. Now, when they go to Australia, if there's a T20 series, I need the same team to play. So that's how they're going to run. Even if they get whitewashed, it's fine. ऐसी तो सीखेंगे. And on the day, where are their mistakes? कहाँ पे improve करना है? फिर आपको नजर आ जाता है, right? फिर, when the next T20 World Cup comes, you'll be much more prepared in that sense.
Yeah, I mean अब देखेंगे कैसे लेके जाते हैं. अब गंभीर भी नहीं आया अभी तक, लक्ष्मण ही है, तो it will be different when he comes
Yeah,
on
Gambhir
board.
will come in Sri Lanka, right? He's
Sri
going to come in
Lanka,
Sri
yeah, and
Lanka.
KL Rahul is probably going to captain that team. So yeah, and those are also T20s, and I think all of them are T20s.
The Women's Asia Cup is also starting, right? It's starting
Yeah, same
19th.
Sri Lanka
It's still a
mein,
week.
yeah, it's like a week only, but 19th.
Is Harmanpreet still the captain, or Smithy is the captain?
I think Harmanpreet is still the captain.
Crazy, man. One last chance, baby. Come on.
Maybe.
They need to get the World Cup, man. This women's team. Been
Finals
so close, man. Last 6 years, it's been so. I mean, since 2017, I've been following them, and like it's been heartbreak after heartbreak.
Yeah, last time to semi-final में हार गए थे South Africa या Australia against run out में.
Yeah, it's been run out हुआ था याद है? We lost her crap.
Yeah.
But let's see. Tomorrow we'll cover that India Zimbabwe game, and then there's more cricket to discuss. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's just like a period where people are now fine because like we won the World Cup and stuff, so everything looks all fine and dandy. But eventually we'll see
It's a
with the
good
days
time.
progressing.
It's a good time, transition time. You get to see youngsters. I think it's a good time to see that as well. I mean, yeah, a lot of people will be like still soaking in that ecstasy of winning a World Cup and all that. Like, this is the good time to look at the youngsters, how they're going to transition, how they're going to build their careers. I think it's a good, exciting time as well. It's a good time to see them and analyze them.
Yeah, it's a good time to see that, and yeah, a lot more content is coming in from Ambani wedding. तो वो देखते रहो आप लोग.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, man. Like समझ के बाहर है. How do you focus on this kind of wedding? वो सोच रहा था मैं कैसा एक जगह पे इतने मेहमान आए, लेकिन would you focus on and कौन से कमरे में क्या चल रहा है? Like, you know, it's like ये जगह पे खड़ा तो पीछे क्या रहूंगा? वो सब curiosity हो रही है कि भाई.
Yeah. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that wedding.
क्या है कि खैर, I mean, yeah, we'll come back tomorrow, discuss India Zimbabwe, see if we get new news about the support staff. बैगन का support staff सबसे ज्यादा सवाल था. Like usually you're worried about the coach and who's going to be the coach. Yeah, coach जल्दी announce हो गया, support staff बाद में आ रहा. So it's like, yeah, there's a big decisions to make. Some names like written off, like Vinay Kumar has been thrown back into the list, like back off the list rather. Morna Morkel right now is coming up front. Zair Khan is there. Then Duskarte is there. So yeah, Abhishek Nair is morely sealed. तो देखेंगे आगे गौतम गंभीर के आर्मी बन रही है. उसके बाद India, will India go to Pakistan? That's also another question that's been lingering around. But again, we'll have to wait for Jay Shah ultimately to speak. We know that the captain will be Rohit Sharma in the WTC and the Champions Trophy, so that's not going to be a surprise there. And Gigi is yet to come for the Sri Lanka tour. But thank you so much for joining us. We will come back tomorrow, like we mentioned. And until then, stay tuned, like, subscribe, and share to Chasing the Target. Thank you, everyone. Good night.